It's the Rizzo and Jeff show right here on 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock. And let me tell you a little story. So we every day come in here a little bit before 4 o'clock in the morning, and we get our show ready. We cut up our audio. We do all that. And you guys know this. We talk about it all the time. We go to Dunkin' Donuts. Right. We get our coffee. A lot of you know that my car recently died. And I always go, and I always get, my caramel iced cold brew, and I always get a biscuit to start the day. Jeff does the same thing. I think you get, a sandwich? Sammy, get a Sammy?
Well, it was 3 times the point, so yeah, I go. Yeah, I spring for a couple extra bucks just for the point.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, you get 100 points on Mondays.
Right.
So we always go, and it was a weird day because it was funny because I saw and this is where it gets weird. I saw and Jeff and I have always, believed that, 99.99999% of the police are wonderful. And it's just, does it take 3 to pull us over?
No.
We're coming down Leicester Highway from the Dunkin' Donuts. By the way, I would like to read where it says it was foggy, smoggy, with smoke and dust, yet a radar was able in the dark, smoky fog dust to pick up a Nissan Juke going 58 miles an hour in a quarter of a mile.
I know.
I can't wait to ask the mayor about this because, again, there are drug dealers, there are human traffickers, there are people who are, shooting people. I'm sure there was break-ins over the weekend. We'll talk about that in the JNN. 3 sheriff's officers are on the side of the road. He goes on the intercom, tells us to pull over in this little what is it? Was that driveway. A car wash?
No, actually,
driveway? What was it?
That's actually a barber shop, surprisingly.
Was that a barber shop?
Yeah, it's like a gas station. They converted it into a barber shop, surprisingly.
So, this guy tells us to pull over into a barber shop. I'm like, okay, listen. And, of course, this is the whole crux of the issue. I said to Jeff, let me get my wallet on our way out. And I said, you know what, dude? I'll just order online for the points. So I don't have my wallet. Now, we have gone to this Dunkin' Donuts 1,675 times.
Yeah, if not more than that.
If not more than that. You can look at our history. Okay. So I'm like, we get it. I order it. And I'm like, oh, man, you know what? I don't need my wallet because I don't need the cash. The one time that we don't need the cash, I get pulled over and let me just read his writing here.
All right.
In the fog, smoke, dust, and I'm going to ask the mayor about this when she calls, the fog, smoke, or dust at 5:40 in the morning, and it was completely dark out, so I don't know how the radar gun could pick that up. And then it's like we get pulled over. It's like it's whatever. I said, sir, I don't mean to be rude. You can follow me back to the station. I'll give you my license. So then he says, you surrendered your license in the state of Missouri. I said, surrender my license in the state. I said, in 2014? Yeah. He goes, you don't have an active license. Right? Is that what he said? I don't have an active license?
Yeah, there's no license. It was Missouri and I guess Pennsylvania. But these are all so many years ago. That's just, that's bizarre. It's so long ago.
I said, sir, I have a license that is valid, that it will expire in the year 2031.
Right.
In the state of Florida. Okay, because again,
and we are going to switch it. We
just moved here.
I know.
Right? So the plan is to switch it anyway. So then he goes, oh, I did find that. Now, remind you, this was after the show had started. Okay, this was at 6:04, I guess, or so. So then another cop pulls up, and I'm like, oh, man. I'm like, what's going on here? Everything's legit. I got the insurance. I got the thingamajig, the inspection. Right. I got all that stuff. And then they asked for Jeff's license because Jeff's figured, just drive us back, whatever. I'll go to court. And I explicitly said that we're on the air from 6 to 10. What does he do? Schedules a court date at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Right, 8:30 in the morning for a court date.
Now, I don't know if this guy listens to another radio show, and maybe that's what it's about, but like 3 Buncombe County sheriffs on Leicester Highway.
Well,
like we are like Bonnie and Clyde.
Well, when as he was coming back to hand you the ticket, I looked to my right-hand side, and there was one of the cops was like peeking around the window. He scared the crap out of me.
He scared the bejesus out of you.
I know, and then he's just standing there, and I said, "Oh, well, how you doing?" You know.
Right. What did you have to give? You gave your license too, right?
Right.
Because you were going to drive.
I was, yeah. And then see, he was like peeking around, and I didn't hear it at first. And then I just kind of heard some breathing, and I turned my head, and there he was peeking in, as if with my hip I'm going to do just about nothing. Well, I can tell you that.
And I guess the thought is now, for those of you who don't know about my car situation, the Nissan Juke. It's a really nice, reliable car. It is. It gets you from A to B. It's Baby Hands' car.
Right. It's a good quality car.
It's a mom mobile.
Right. It is a mom car, but it's not known to get from 0 to 60 in a quarter mile.
Right. It's known for a lot of things, but 0 to 60 in a quarter mile is not one of them.
Right.
So I was alarmed that in the fog and in the dark,
because we just love to just speed in fog and dark when we can't see anything.
Yeah. So my question is, how do I get to this court appearance? I guess on the let me see when this is here, on the 8th of August. At 8:30 in the morning.
I guess we're going to have to take a personal day. And,
well, you know what, though? Here's the thing. Do you take a personal day? Because then he says there's a waiver instructions. So
what does that mean?
I don't know. See, that's what I was wondering. Maybe people who have, been blessed by the presence of 17 Buncombe County Sheriff's officers, like you're a drug dealer, could understand. If you choose to depose of the offense without appearing, you can carefully... So I guess I'd have to plead guilty. So, again, this is a $221 ticket that I assume would come with some kind of points. I mean, what is it? It says 58 in a 45. And I guess charging, so at the Old County Home Road. So, again, this was the cop that was
was he in front of us at the Dunkin' Donuts?
It was the cop that was 2 people in front of us at the Dunkin' Donuts.
So he got his coffee.
And got juiced.
Wow.
We were at the light.
Yeah.
And he had pulled over.
So he did. So literally, we were leaving the Dunkin', saw us leaving the Dunkin', and then from the Dunkin' to a quarter mile, you were able to get that Nissan Juke up to 60 miles an hour. I got to give it to you. What
is that not impressive?
You must have got a good oil change.
Listen,
I got to tell you.
I knew putting premium in this thing was going to pay off in some way.
Yeah.
All right, but I didn't realize that I could get that puppy over 60 miles an hour in a quarter mile in the fog at 5:47 in the morning in the dark.
Wow.
So, I actually do want to go to this because, I might not be able. I'm going to have to.
Yeah,
I feel like, right, you have to go.
We're going to have to. It might have to be one of those, best of shows, or we come in and do the first hour and then go, because I got to be there as a witness for you.
Well, right.
Right.
Because not only do you have to, so like you'd be my witness, but then it's like, wait a minute, you have this radar. A, when was it last calibrated? B, how does it pick up in the fog and the smoke and the dust and everything when it says on here that the weather's overcast?
Yeah.
Right? Traffic medium, accident, no. And then, of course, the license that they couldn't find was found to have been valid and expiring in another 7 years. So it's been quite a morning, and boy, oh boy, welcome. What a way to start your Monday. I guess I'm really juiced and energized now.
Yeah, we got a busy show coming up. Like you heard, the Mayor Manheimer will be coming on the show today.
And should I ask the mayor about this situation? Should I say, do we have the resources to have 3 Buncombe County sheriff's officers pulling over a Nissan Juke on Leicester Highway?
Maybe it was a slow morning. All right. So,
a slow morning? Wasn't there a home invasion or something that happened over the weekend?
There's always crazy stuff that happens over the weekend, but I guess maybe it was just a slow morning. That's it. Getting things going early.
See, you were right. You called it. See, I stayed late editing audio for Mr. Rogers. We're talking Fred Rogers today on the show. And I said, let me just edit this last clip of Fred Rogers. And then, bam. And now everything's all whirly-dervish, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a break. But then I'd like to do opening audio, because we have great opening audio.
We do.
Opening audio, I was so much looking forward to.
Yeah, we're going to have to catch up on the opening audio, and then, we'll get rolling along today. All right, it's just a little hiccup. But,
I got a wireless caller. Maybe this is somebody, let's see, what do we got here? 1059 The Mountain, hello?
Hello, it's time for the Riz. Are you better than the Riz? Are you faster than the Riz? Come on down, find out. We got ourselves a Juke. You jump in. Can you get this thing to faster than 58 miles? There's your evidence, Your Honor. We had everyone in our listening audience try it out. The fastest was, I don't know, y'all got like a prize box? Closet kind of thing filled with some T-shirts? I'd totally be down for it.
You know what? Yeah. I got to tell you, if you can get the Juke to 60 miles an hour.
That's what I'd say in court.
If you could get the Juke to 60 miles an hour in 1 mile, I'll give you $100. Okay?
Now, listen, you're talking to an unemployed Barnardsville boy right now.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
Yeah.
It's a quarter mile.
It was a quarter mile.
And it says on the ticket, foggy, and it's foggy, all that stuff, and there was no straightness. It was curved.
Oh, it's curved.
It's Leicester Highway. When you're coming down Leicester Highway,
Yeah, I think we invite people to try and see who can get the fastest. Can you beat the Riz?
Yes. I think that's the game we need to play.
You'll lose every time in that car.
Yeah, the Juke is 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds.
Yeah, how confident you sound.
I've gotten the confidence this morning, my friend. So I
want to tell you something. I want to give a shout out to Dean Hensley, who is now with WLOS, Channel 13. He wrote a book on the birth of NASCAR, and it's right here in Asheville. Cars driving fast right here in Asheville. A lot of, Johnny, can I give a shout out to Johnny?
Sure.
You can.
You know what? Shout out, Johnny.
Johnny, I love you, Johnny.
There
Johnny
it is.
says to me one morning, he says, you need to put on some AC/DC. And you guys played. I had never heard this song before. It was called Money Talks. I got my foot out there. I was dancing around. I was like, I love this song. So every time I hear Johnny, I go, well, they're going to play Money Talks. Just personal thank you, Johnny, for that. But anyhow, I'll bet you Johnny knows all about racing. Could you imagine Johnny getting that thing to like maybe 65, 68 and a quarter mile?
If he maybe like put a little nos into it, but I mean, other than that,
I know.
The Rizzo and Jeff Show is Asheville's newest and, well, that's pretty much all we can say about it right now. Asheville's newest morning show. Weekdays, 6 to 10 a.m. on 105.
Think of that really hot teacher that you had growing up, okay? Like that teacher that was like, oh, this is the hot teacher. For me, that was Miss Marcelli. And then picture the opposite of that teacher. And that is what you have here for opening audio. This... I don't know. I mean, everyone's beautiful in their own way.
Okay. Is that what you're told?
It's what I've been told.
Okay.
By many of folks. And so we're going to do opening audio a little bit later this morning because I wasn't here to open the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got that Juke with that nos over there speeding down Leicester Highway.
Nothing like a Monday morning speeding ticket to get things going, huh? Gotta love it.
All right, anyway, let's go.
It's time for opening audio here on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. A fun, funny way to start your day on 105.9 The Mountain.
The worst part about it is I'm afraid that Baby Hands is going to kill me. Yeah. Anyway, there was a man who came out against a teacher after he found out that she was doing OnlyFans, but not just OnlyFans. It was during lunch, it was during special, it was during library, it was an elementary school teacher. Now, Jeff, we're finding these to be all too common.
Yeah.
Teachers, obviously underpaid, underappreciated, totally agree with that. But to do OnlyFans, I say that's your prerogative, but don't do it in school.
Yeah, no,
or with your badge.
Yeah. Now, whether you do it, during school hours after the kids are dismissed for the day, does any of it make a difference? If you're going to do it, they probably don't like you doing it anyway. But to do it in the classroom, okay, where the kids are, I get it. I get her whole deal.
I
what
mean,
she's
but
up
even
to.
you like using the cubbies as like a background,
right?
That's what really got me.
Right? Yeah. I mean, you're not supposed to do it after social studies. Okay, if you're going to do it,
geography and then pornography.
Right? They don't go hand in hand, especially in a school and on school grounds. Okay,
no. So this man, needless to say, he was just taken aback, Jeff. He was just flabbergasted.
Well, I think because so many of these stories, like you said, are so common these days, because so many people are making just copious amounts of money in OnlyFans, that he had just about had enough, and he put out a speech, the speech of speeches.
This is just, you know what? Enjoy. Okay?
Right.
In an elementary school, teaching our children, we got a teacher in the classroom on school hours, stripping down butt naked, bending over, and showing everything on the video, and all you could see was cellulite hanging in pubic hair. This is a disgrace and a shame that this is the type of educator and teacher that is in the classroom. And she made multiple videos. This woman obviously had lost her damn mind. She needs psychotropic medication. She pulls out her breasts and she's juggling them. Look like she's about to fall over. Then she bends over and pulls down her panties, spreads her cheeks. I'm not lying. I'm telling you what's on the video. This is madness. This woman should never, ever be allowed to be an educator. This woman should never be allowed to work around children ever again.
Obviously, this video has been seen 106 million times,
which is ridiculous. but
it was almost rhythmic. Like it was almost like, what's that word? Like sing-songy. It was almost like a
right.
You know what I mean? Like it's this speech was so sing-songy.
It was a Sunday session he was giving us there a little bit, and truthfully, but is he wrong? I ask you that. Who wants during school hours? Who wants your teacher doing that and just knowing that you come back and do it?
I see. Here's a problem. Elementary school teacher, no bueno. Totally with you on that. Where I'm not with you is that, like, let's say it was like a high school teacher, and it was like the whole, maybe you use the library as a setting.
Well,
you know
here's
what
the
I
thing.
mean? But
if it's a high school teacher, you don't think that these kids are going to find it and get it. Somebody's going to come across it and see it, and then it's over. So you got to think these things through. And there's dads. Listen, there's dads that are on there, and they know it. They check out OnlyFans, so go on.
Listen, we got Mr. High and Mighty over here giving this speech. Tell me how he found this. Tell me how he found this.
He's our number one subscriber.
Yes.
No sleep till. The Rizzo and Jeff Show. One is older and wiser. The other's life fell to pieces and his fiance is out of glue. Yeah, you get what you get. Here's to hoping we made the right decision. Weekdays, 6 to 10 a.m.
I need you to cheer me up today, and the only way to cheer me up is to news me, Jeff. The Jeff News Network, the beacon in which this great program stands upon. Jeff, What do we got coming up in the JNN?
Yeah, we're going to talk pregnant or not pregnant stingrays. Okay?
Oh, good quality.
We're going to talk about The Sopranos. Could it be real? It was going viral all weekend long. People thought, Sopranos back with James Gandolfini's son? We'll talk about that and why the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight is off. Everybody was waiting for it. It was going to be a big one this summer in Dallas. And not going to be happening. We'll talk about why coming up. All right.
JNN brought to you by Train Heating and Cooling Systems. They are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you because we run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. That's traininfo.com because it's hard to stop a train.
From Asheville to, well, that's pretty much all they can handle right now. It's time for the least trusted news network in town. But they are new. The Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
All right, so months after speculation that a stingray here in Hendersonville, at an aquarium, was pregnant by a shark, and it went totally viral nationwide, and everybody was talking about it. I actually did try to reach out to them to get them on. They never responded, by the way. The Aquarium and Shark Lab. This all happened back in February, and the stingray's name was Charlotte. And the talk was that Charlotte was carrying 3 or 4 pups, as they say. Okay,
like stingray pups.
Stingray pups, okay. And the stingray was also found covered in shark bites, which is a sign of mating, by the way, for that species.
Interesting.
There was not a male stingray in there at the time, so as everybody comes to find out here, that it was not the case. That she had a rare reproductive disease. She'd never been pregnant at all. Everybody got updated about the stingray here. So it was some unnamed disease, they say, that negatively impacted her reproductive system. So it tricked you into believing that she could be pregnant, and she was never really actually pregnant at all.
Well, that's a real bummer.
We thought we had
we thought we had some stingray pups on the way. Now we got nothing.
We thought we had a rare phenomenon that was happening with a shark and a stingray, and that
didn't
was
that
never
make like
the case.
national news?
Yeah, it was on everywhere. CNN,
tried
Fox
to have
News.
them on.
Yep, we tried to have them on, get them on. They didn't respond, but
wow,
that was never the case. We were duped. Okay.
To who?
Yeah.
So she's not preggers?
She's not preggers at all. No.
Is she able to get preggers? Do we know her, abilities? Or?
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't get too in depth about her reproductive system, just to say that she's not pregnant. Okay.
All right.
Time for the world famous, never imitated, never duplicated, and barely making it. The JNN Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
So all weekend long on X and on Facebook and Instagram, it was going viral that Michael Gandolfini, who's the son of James Gandolfini, was going to reprise, Tony Soprano's role in The Sopranos. They said that it was going to be 10 episodes set in the late 1980s in Newark. So he was going to play a young Tony Soprano as he rises through the ranks of the mob and everything like that. Paulie was going to be there to be his mentor as he makes it. Yada yada yada.
Paulie Walnuts. But how are you going to make Paulie Walnuts younger? He's old.
I don't know how they were going to plan it out, but the reality is that this was completely fake. It's not going to happen. It was something that went viral, caught on, and everybody believed it, and they were going crazy about it. And then people were saying the same thing like you, like, I don't see how that could work. Kind of just let that be a moment in time, The Sopranos. So it's totally fake. Everybody was totally game for it and getting excited. And then some people were like, no, forget it, like you did. And guess what? It's not going to happen. It was a totally fake post that we all fell for.
Okay, so here's my thing. There are few things that are just
sacred in a sense.
Sacred. It would be like, I can't even imagine, like when redoing All in the Family or just you name it. MASH, Amen with Sherman Hemsley. It'd be like redoing.
Sure, they're running to redo that one.
It would be like doing there's some shows like what was that one Latifah was on?
Yeah, I know. Queen
You know,
Latifah.
Queen Latifah.
They lived in the apartment.
Yeah, it was great.
It's not, it's not.
Jackie! You can't redo those shows.
You can't redo 227.
Well, you can't redo. What about the Cosby Show? Can't redo the Cosby Show. Just let it lie for a moment in time.
Well, you could. Be interesting. And if it's boring, it'll put us all to sleep.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
The most trusted source for useless information.
Who is your source? I need to know your source.
The JNN Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
So the big fight that was going to be going down this summer is not going to be going down at all, okay? It was going to be on Netflix. It was going to be Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. They were going to be fighting in Dallas. Everybody, so many people were like 50-50 on this. Because you see Mike, he's 58, going to be 59. And then, you got the young kid who can box. He can.
But
but then we're living on, all right, is it the old Mike Tyson? Is it, he's still Mike Tyson, but at the end of the day, he reaches an age sometimes, can you take a hit like you used to and things of that nature. So he says during a follow-up consultation on Thursday with medical professionals on his recent ulcer flare-up, which is what happened to him on the airplane when he got sick, the recommendation is for Mike to do minimal to light training over the next few weeks and then eventually return to full training. But for now, it looks like this is either going to be pushed back or it's not going to happen at all. He says he's in better overall shape body-wise than he's been since the 90s. So he said he's going to be back to his full training schedule soon. And, that he'll be ready to go with this fight again. So
you think he's going to go through with it, or do you think he's, quote-unquote, chickening out like a lot of people are saying?
Yeah, I don't think he's chickening out because the payday for him was going to be something pretty special. So I don't think that's the case. He's just, you got the old man ulcer. And that just is what it is.
Okay, if you're getting ulcers and you have to cancel fights, are you past the, you know what I mean?
And another problem with him, he can't lay off the weed either. Yeah, he loves that stuff.
Do you have to be clean to
I
fight?
think so. I think that was kind of part of the deal that they wanted you totally clean on it because it's going to be a sanction. It's a sanctioned fight. It's a sanctioned fight, meaning like it'll go against their win-loss records and everything else. So it's not like an exhibition.
This will go against the same win-loss record as him against Evander?
Yes. And he didn't think that he could go long in the rounds. I think initially they wanted 4 or 5 minutes, and then he asked for 2-minute rounds because I don't know if he thought that he could do like the full rounds and stuff.
Well, he's 60 years old, man.
I know.
You know what I mean? Listen, I was looking forward to it. I just hope that he goes through with it because no matter win or loss, I'll take a whooping for, that kind of money. We're talking $50 million here.
Yeah. You better believe it, my friend. Yep.
I'll take that. And by the way, the kid, a YouTube guy to a boxing guy, I never understood him.
He can fight. He can box. I'm telling you. All right. Okay.
Like Mayweather box.
Well, it's a different weight class,
Oh, well, yeah, I guess so. All right, well, so no Tyson and, no pregnant stingray. So it was a little depressing. I wanted you to lift me up today. I'm sad.
I apologize for that, okay? Maybe the stingray has an ulcer. That could be it.
Okay.
Whether it's the who, what, or why, the Rizzo and Jeff Show won't be able to answer that. Just try. More of the Rizzo and Jeff Show on 105.9 The...
Does Mr. Rogers creep you out? Yes or no? 828-240-1059. It's the Rizzo and Jeff Show right here on 105.9 The Mountain, Asheville's classic rock. Jeff, we recently saw that Pluto, the streaming service, is bringing an entire network dedicated to Fred Rogers.
Yeah. Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, of course, PBS, growing up, 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't remember.
Seemed like he was on forever.
I know. When did they take the show off? I don't remember when they took it off.
I'm going to guess 04. Let me look.
Okay. But nevertheless, the show itself, groundbreaking, and I get it, educational and inclusive, all those things. But for me, I found the show to be a little bit creepy. He creeped me out. The puppets, the whole deal.
So, I loved a good I don't want to 105.9 Mountain. Hello?
Yo, it's Johnny.
Johnny, what's up, man?
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Could you be mine?
Would you be mine? Well, listen, you know what?
Man.
It's not a good Monday, Johnny. Cheer me up, buddy. I'm having a rough one.
Well, I don't know why, because it's going to be pretty outside.
Well, I got pulled over on the way to work. A guy had to go to work late. You know what I mean? Got 3 cops pulling us over like we were some, criminals. You know?
Couple of thugs or whatever.
Yeah,
we're just, you know us. You take one look at us and you think hooligans. Yeah.
Well, I'd probably pull you over too, okay? But anyway, anytime you get in trouble from the popo, just give me a holler. I can probably take care of business for you, okay?
Uh-huh.
So, Mr. Rogers, no, he don't freak me out, man. Mr. Roger, I think pretty cool. The one that kind of freaked me out, so Mr. Green Jeans or whatever.
Mr. Green Jeans, he was like totally freak. Him and Captain Kangaroo, I don't know who was worse.
Yeah.
But I tell you, Mr. Rogers, man, he was an icon. He was kind of like Clint Eastwood.
What? He was like Clint Eastwood.
Wait a minute. Listen, I honestly listened to most of what you say, but to compare Fred Rogers, who wore sweaters and had played with puppets, to Clint Eastwood that's a tough one, Johnny.
Listen,
I can't make that connection,
Johnny.
Listen, man. Hey, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, Johnny, where were the kids' parents when the kids were just hanging out at his house all the time?
Well, they were probably taking a break, get away from the kids, taking a breather, okay?
Okay.
So, but yeah, man, no. Mr. Rogers, I grew up in that area, man. Didn't freak me out at all, man. I thought he was pretty cool. It's kind of like the Electric Company and Spider-Man and, our gang and all that stuff, man, is all good. Yeah,
but weren't you like, I don't know, what about, Robert Troll or Lady Saturday,
No,
Friday,
no,
Mr. McFeely.
Lady Fairchild. She was the one that terrified me.
That was the one with the nose, right? And then what about the guy who called himself McFeely?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
Right? Would you want to be called McFeely?
No. I'm the man. So, yeah.
That's right.
All right.
You are the man. We appreciate to be the man. You got to beat the man. We appreciate you, Johnny, always starting us off. 105.9 The Mountain. Good morning. Hello.
Hey, I've been listening to you for the last 15 years, and I tell you what, that's the first time I heard this. By God, Mr. Rogers gives me the weebie-jeebies.
Thank you.
Really?
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why he parts his hair on the side, number one, right?
Yes, he does.
I've always worn my hair, long, but and the shoes give me the creeps. He gives me anxiety, man. I wouldn't let my kids watch him if I had some kids.
Yeah, he was on from 1968 to 2001. He always took his shoes off. He always played with his fish.
He was changing clothes all the time.
He was always changing clothes.
They got kind of greedy. I mean, they ran the episodes in the ground. I watched them when I was a kid. It was all right, man. But, when you get older, okay, you're like, who is this?
Right. That's what my point was. That's what my point was. Yeah.
Right. He was
who is this, and why is he here, right?
Right. Yes.
Oh, man.
Why is he hanging around with a guy named McFeely?
Right. Who names their friend McFeely?
Right?
Yeah. Oh, man, yeah. But you gotta like him in a way. You kind of like him, but then you watch him and you're like, nah, man. This ain't right.
Right.
Something's wrong.
Right. You watch him, you gotta like him, but then you go, there's just feet washing and McFeelying. Yeah. He's got a foot thing going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hey, you guys are great, man. You're like a breath of fresh air. Keep it up and rock on, man. Let's do some Zepp later.
All right, rock on, man. We appreciate it. We actually do have Led Zeppelin coming up after the next break, so stay tuned. But why is Mr. Rogers weird, you say? Well, hey, listen, this is what the people say. I have some audio here. Tell me, is this a normal man, an adult conversation or not? Would you want your kids watching 24/7 Pluto Rogers TV? I don't know. It was on the air from 68 to 01. It did debut in 1954, so really it was on TV from 54 to 2001.
Okay.
A 50-year run there.
Francois Clemens, hi, welcome.
Thank you. How you doing?
Fine, how are you today?
Fine.
My feet were tired, so I thought I'd just soak them for a while in this water.
Does it make him feel better?
It does. Would you like to try?
Sure. There are many ways to say I love you. There are many ways to say I care about. No man had ever told me that he loved me like that. I needed to hear it all my life.
I'm so proud of you, Francois.
Oh, thank you, Fred.
So he brings a guy over.
Francois comes over.
He puts his feet in the tub.
So and then he wants Francois to dip his puggies inside of his dirty feet water.
But here's the thing. He's washing the feet.
Okay.
Right? He's giving him a little puggy rub, right? Mm-hmm. And then you're like, okay, maybe he had a one-off, like that's okay, right? But then...
A good secret at the castle. Jenny has long ears. Yeah, just like Bob Dog. You're a girl dog. And he's a man dog. Dressed up.
I'm gonna have to get a box or a small pen at home to keep her in so she doesn't get out into the traffic. This is not nice. There we go.
Now, he whispered, "This is not nice," and then...
Jennifer has teeth, too. Just like Bob Dog. Do you remember when your teeth started to come in?
Bob Dog. Do you remember when your teeth started to come in?
Yeah. All right. We're getting in the bathtub next.
Rizzo and Jeff have asked that we make an adjustment to the fluffy comment you hear on the show. We will not and stand by it. Those fluffy guys will be back after some free music and a quick break.
We're going to be talking to the mayor coming up in just a little bit. I want to actually ask her, Jeff. We spoke yesterday on Sunday Sessions about her recent visit to the Oval or to the White House. I don't know if she was in the Oval or not, but... you brought up an interesting question. How clean? Do they have a maitre d' or a matron, whatever the word may be, for White House bathrooms? I'd like to know these questions. The thing's burning on all the minds of visitors here.
Yeah, no, look, I understand that, and I was actually just perusing the 1059 The Mountain X, Twitter formerly, of just looking for, just seeing if there's any... views of restrooms that were there at the White House. Because you go to the White House, and she was, the mayor was invited, and, so, it's those burning questions, those things you want to know about if you went there and you get a chance to do that. I've always wondered, is there somebody in the bathroom when you go to the White House?
What's the etiquette?
And then do
you
tip?
wait? Do you tip?
All those things, yeah.
So we'll get to that, but first, we don't have a lot of time, but if I said Alfonso Robeiro to you, what would you say?
I would do the dance.
You do the dance.
The Carlton. Yeah.
Is it, and I guess now he's complaining, and there is some truth to this. It was kind of like the Steve from Blue's Clues guy. This is what he said.
People run up to me saying, Carlton! And the name creates pain. Imagine for a second you did something. People loved it. And it ends, and they tell you that thing that you were so great at, you'll never be able to do it again. No longer allowed to act because you did that one so well that we can't see you as something else.
Okay, now we're getting a little dramatic here, Carlton Banks. All right, well, Alfonso, maybe you've been in some things. Maybe it's just you're not that great of an actor.
Well, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
what I mean?
right? So you were good. You were good in that particular role, and it just sometimes it happens that you get typecast, right?
Well, Steve from Blue's Clues. I mean,
right.
Who else has been typecast? Bruce Valanche.
Yeah, Bruce Valanche. Right. I even wonder if I know Jason Alexander does a lot of different things.
He does
George
theater,
from Seinfeld, but like at the end of the day, you're forever when you're in such an iconic show like that.
Yep.
I think people remembered it. Then you had to dance. You had everything up. Urkel. You got to think.
What's he been doing? He's selling weed.
What else can he really do? Because he'll forever be that. So maybe lean into it a little bit, but. Alfonso Robeiro, he became a game show host.
Right, you should be. Well, that's right.
Catch 21 was the game show that he did.
Was that any good?
He was okay. Yeah, he was okay. But the problem is, literally, like on the show, on that game show itself, he was so very Carlton on the game show. That's just what your personality was. So he kind of, I feel like he leaned into it when it came to, he's not funny enough.
Okay, so we bring him up all the time. Richard Karn. I mean, he hosted The Feud, but he was in such an iconic role.
Right.
He was Al Borland. I mean, he can be nothing but Borland.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just trying to think of other TV characters that can't be anything. I mean, like you said, Jason, Kramer. Kramer can't be anything.
No.
Nobody, and I guess, what's her name? Elaine. She was in Veep, but everyone looks and goes, "Oh, Elaine's in Veep."
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, you should count your lucky stars. I mean, all these people. I mean, have you seen the David Schwimmer doing anything?
I know. Didn't he try for a little bit from Friends? Yeah. He tried.
Wait, didn't he have a show called Dave?
I don't know. And if he did, it had to be horrendous.
I mean, no, there was Joey. Joey was awful. I remember that, right?
Yeah. So he went and that show lasted a couple of years, but I guess they just needed something on TV. Yeah.
Well, to that show. But I'm trying to think of, like, David Schwimmer. Could he be anybody but Ross? Right? Could Danny DeVito, could he be anything other than, he's always something.
I don't know. What is he? I mean, that's Danny DeVito. What is Danny DeVito? He has to be something. To be something.
Well, Danny DeVito is like
he's what? You can't come up with anything.
He's a character. Rhea Perlman. Is she anyone but the waitress from Cheers? Carla Tortelli. Right?
I guess. She's Rhea Perlman. It's just.
But give me another Perlman doodad.
Man, you are really you are digging deep. You're really digging real deep here. I got to tell you, my friend.
I was just saying, I just think Carlton's being a little ungrateful. You get yourself a lucky show, you make millions of dollars, now you're complaining because, you want to be a serious actor. You're Carlton Banks, bro.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Topanga's not out there saying everyone wants me to be a show. Just be Topanga.
Topanga, huh? Wow, you are just digging from the TGIF.
Melissa Joan Hart.
Yeah, Melissa Joan Hart.
Just let her be Clarissa.
All right, that's all you had today, huh? Rough go, pal.
The term radio show gets thrown around a lot. We here at 105.9 The Mountain, for legal purposes, must say that radio show could mean whatever just happened, and if we owe you an apology, we're sorry. More Rizzo and Jeff show next. What Do You Expect is free on 105.9 The Mountain.
If I asked you what age you'd be when you would die, what would you say? 105.9 The Mountain, Asheville's Classic Rock. It's the Rizzo and Jeff show. It's an interesting question. However, people seem to...
Younger people, too.
That's the weirdest part. Yeah. It's younger people. It's your kids. It's your grandkids. Like, they look at... They zero in on an age, and they say to themselves, I'm going to die at this age. And it's an interesting age because it's like, I don't know. I know a lot of people this age. My grandmom outlived this age by, she just passed by almost 20 years.
Yeah.
105.9 The Mountain. Hello.
Good morning. This is the mayor calling in, and I had a request in my official capacity for less talking and more music.
Oh, is that? Well, do you have a proclamation or no?
Yes, of course. It'll be no Jeff and Rizzo show talking, only music.
Oh man!
God.
Well,
Wow.
We'll do the best that we can. Although there's this little thing called a Walkman. We could buy you a Walkman.
Well, we're gonna. The proclamation is gonna officially be titled the Flippity Flappity Proclamation.
Okay. I like that.
You know what?
That's
I like
official.
that. I'm going to ask her about the Flippity Flappity Proclamation, okay? I'm going to ask her.
That's it.
We're waiting for it.
Less talk and more music.
Okay. All right. Well, you're getting more creative. I like your creativity.
Yeah.
I would see you didn't get me with the Jose, but you got me with the Flippity
Friday sucked. That was good.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. See, he had the whole weekend to think about it.
Right.
When do you think he's going to die?
I don't know. I don't know. He'll outlive us all, probably.
The average person, especially younger person, thinks they're going to die at 76.
Isn't that ridiculous?
It's a little young, I feel, for, I mean, think about that.
Wow.
Both people running for president of the United States are that age or older.
Right. So in context, that nobody believes that they would be president because if it was the case, you wouldn't be alive to get it done.
But how? I mean, what are the contributing factors to this? And what's crazy about this is people as there's advances in medical study. Do they think we're going to die in this big world war? I mean, they don't really get into it other than they just go, yeah, I'm going to die at 76.
Yeah.
I'm going to just
I know.
I'm not going to make it.
I know.
Xi Jinping.
Yeah.
Xi Jinping just turned 76 years old. You know what I mean? I don't know. 1059 The Mountain. Hello?
Hello, my name is Joe. I got something to say about the guy that just commented saying less talk and more music.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's a bunch of hogwash. This is morning talk radio, man. I think we need more talk and less music. Music's great, but I really enjoy the everything you guys talk about,
Well,
I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah. Now, a lot of people do. I think he just calls to joke around to be part of it, but I think that was his thing. We made him. He didn't like the show first, but we kind of brought him over. But that's his shtick. So he likes to think of creative ways. But we appreciate that because, again, it is. You could get music anytime, anywhere. We just want to make you laugh and play a few good tunes in the middle.
Well, I look forward to listening to you guys every morning. I really appreciate you, and you guys are awesome.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
That makes me feel good. You probably weren't awake when I said this, but I had a really bad start to my morning. I got pulled over. 3 cops showed up. I was late to work, but you know what? It's okay. We're here, and we're having fun, right?
Yeah, we're having a blast, buddy. I'm glad you made it to work. Get put in the slammer.
No slammy for me.
They thought about it, I think.
They thought about it. But, all right. Hey, you have a good day, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, listen, I mean, look, it is what it is. I just think that as we age, and maybe it's just, because if you ask me, would I make it to 76? If you put the over-under, I would say no because I'm a diabetic.
Well,
right?
Look, anything's possible,
but
man.
then again, with the advances in medical technology, I mean, like Walt did, you could freeze yourself. Come back. Like maybe we just freeze ourselves and we feel like we are beginning to pass.
Yeah.
Right? And then you freeze.
Let me tell you, pal. Nobody wants a thawed out, soggy us. Okay.
You don't think anyone wants
I don't think anybody
thawed
wants
out, soggy?
Nobody wants a thawed out, soggy. All right?
Rizzo and
Jeff. Okay, pal? Nobody does. All right?
Not one?
Not one. Not a single person.
Come on, man. Somebody.
1059 The Mountain and Rizzo and Jeff hate paying for stuff, don't you? Everything is a subscription this or fee that. Heck, they even have kitchen fees now. Just a friendly reminder that your local neighborhood radio station is always free. We tried to sell the Rizzo and Jeff show. Nobody bought it, so they're free too. Always local and free. It's another Monday. Wait, we think, isn't it? Oh, wait, yeah, Monday. And that means another Manheimer mayoral check-in on the Rizzo and Jeff show. Coming up next on 1059 The Mountain.
Oh, no, it's coming up now. That's right. We have it, and we appreciate the mayor for joining us just for a couple minutes. Mayor Manheimer, hello. How are you?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well.
We had to create a nice fancy open for you and make sure, it was created nice. We want to lift you up since the last time that we spoke.
I appreciate it.
When we first moved here. So, so.
How have things been? We know you've been very busy.
They've been good. They've been good.
Well,
and
well, we know you went to the White House.
I wanted to ask you guys, how is it going with you? Are you all settled in now?
Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. See, I am settled in. We found our spot, which is good. We each got a thing, but like I'm bummed out. Like, you know what I mean? Like my car broke down. I got pulled over today. 3 police officers had to pull me over today. I was very sad about that, And so that made my day start off bad, but I knew that I was talking to you, and we were going to talk about things, the White House, and all the cool stuff that you've been up to. So it kind of got me through, and the listeners helped too. I don't know if Jeff and I are intimidating enough. to warrant 3 officers, I mean, a bald guy and a limp guy,
Well, but the important thing to note here is that the staffing levels are up. See, and you're the parent beneficiary of that.
That's well. See, but now I'm going to have to figure out a way to get out of work. I have to go to court at 8:30. Do they have 10 o'clock? Do they have 10:15 court appointments, or how does that work?
Just for you.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
just for me.
They're going to make a special one just for you.
They're going to make a special court thing just for me. No, now we know that you recently were in Washington, D.C. How was that? Was that fun? I mean, have you been to the White House before?
Yeah, no, I've been there before, and it's always a good time. I really like meeting and seeing all the other mayors from around the U.S. and talking to them about their cities and what's going on. But we had business to do, and we met with various folks in the administration, and we spent a day on the Hill at Congress too. So it was a whirlwind trip.
So Jeff and I obviously were thinking, like, yeah, we can talk political stuff, but like really we're just kind of like a show about information. So my thought and Jeff's thought was, how nice are the bathrooms in the White House?
They're nice. They're clean. You got to go through a lot of layers of security just to get to them. So they're secure.
They are secure. Do they have a maitre d', or what is it called?
A matron, like a matron,
like a bathroom attendant.
No, they don't. And also, let me just tell you, all the staff in Washington D.C. and in Congress, in the White House, they're all like 19 years old. So you have to share a bathroom with them.
Oh.
Imagine that is your job or your internship, just coming out of school or doing something like that. I mean, how cool would that be on a daily basis to be able to work in the White House?
It's very cool, and they're having a great time. I just worry a little bit about, who's the expert around here making these recommendations. But, all of us old mayors come in and provide some wisdom.
See, now, we were thinking restrooms, and we were thinking, did you get to see the Prez? Was he hanging out? Was he on the trail? Did you guys ever get to mayor around with the Prez, or no?
No, not on this trip. I would say the highest up we went with maybe Hakeem Jeffries. We got to meet with him over in Congress, the minority leader in the House. And,
okay.
We did get to meet the chief of staff and those kinds of folks, so that was interesting.
And it really was for a really good cause. Funding for housing choice vouchers and things like that for veterans and for seniors and people with disabilities. So it was a pretty awesome cause that you did go there for. If you want to speak a little bit on that.
Yes, that is right. So for those that don't know, the federal government runs a voucher program. I think in Asheville we have about 5,000 individuals that are housed through vouchers, whether it's in public housing or in privately owned housing, like apartments. Like downtown, the Battery Park Hotel is a privately owned voucher-based housing system for seniors and those with disabilities. So that's the kind of thing we were talking about, asking the government to expand that program, and specifically for veterans. So it was a good cause, you're right, and hopefully we'll see some movement there.
Do we notice that a lot of the homeless people in this town, are they veterans, or do we know? Like, is there any breakdown or statistics on that or anything like that?
Yes, there absolutely is. So in our point in time count, that's the one day we all go out and count how many folks are experiencing homelessness in our community. This is required by the federal government if you want to receive funding.
Okay.
And our point in time count this last year, I think it was about 174 of our around 700 folks experiencing homeless were veterans. That's a really high number for a community percentage-wise, but the reason that happens in Asheville is because we have the fabulous VA, the Veterans Administration Hospital, out on Tunnel Road. So we do have a lot of folks that are coming here for services who are veterans. And so of those folks that are veterans in our community who are experiencing homelessness, almost all of them are sheltered. So they're in the category of sheltered folks experiencing homelessness.
Wow. See, there. See, the stuff that you would know where we came from. One of our, he was on the show a lot. He did our football picks, but he was actually a homeless veteran, and he actually turned into kind of a celebrity. His name was Jeff, because he would do football picks. So we actually found like a homeless guy who was really good at it. And the listeners, like we got him a job. We ended up finding him like a house. So like it was actually kind of cool. But
that's good news.
Yeah, no, it's good that you're doing stuff like that. And I wondered if, because now this is your third term. So theoretically, would you have gone to the White House under other administrations, whether it was Trump or Obama, or like, would you have gone to the White House under other administrations?
I have, yes. So, well, every year the U.S. Conference of Mayors has a big giant conference in January. And so right after Trump was elected, I was up there for that conference. And we didn't get to meet with the president, but we did get to meet with some of his new appointments in his transportation department and things like that.
So were the bathrooms still the same? That's what I want to know. Was there a difference between Trump bathrooms and Biden bathrooms?
Okay, no, that's not where the difference is. Let me tell you where the difference is.
Okay.
It's the meals provided. So Republicans, it's going to be Chick-Fil-A for sure. And with the Democrats, you're going to get some like quinoa, kale sort of thing.
See?
Okay.
It's the fast food versus the healthy food. Now, Chick-fil-A's good. Quinoa's good too. If you were to pick a food that you would like served at the White House, you going Big Mac, you going quinoa. Where are you going?
Well, it's not just any fast food. It has to be Chick-fil-A. And I mean, really, there's no denying that Chick-fil-A is always going to be tasty. It's consistent,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you. You can't hate on a Chick-fil-A nugget. You can't. Listen.
No, that's not a bad get. That's good to know. That's good to know.
This is what we do this for. See, the town needs to know these things, right? Bathrooms, Chick-fil-A. Right. This is all the important stuff. And is there anything coming up that you'd like to maybe talk about? I know that we have a busy summer ahead. Is there anything that you wanted to maybe get to the people out there before we let you go?
Well, we're going to be doing something really exciting over the city, and that is passing a budget. So everybody pay attention and watch for that budget vote. And email us about it if you feel like it, or don't. If you don't feel like it, that's fine too.
Can I make a stipulation that if we pass the budget, that 3 people for a bald guy and a guy that's limping is too many police people for one traffic stop? Okay, is that fair?
Sure, that sounds totally fair.
All right, we're gonna put that in as pork. We're gonna pork that in there. Okay. All right, perfect. All right. Well, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you having fun and taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to pop in. So thank you, and we appreciate you coming on.
All right, thank you. My pleasure.
Have a great day. All right, take it easy. See, now the mayor goes on. She talks about all this stuff. We ask her about bathrooms, but what we did learn is that Republicans serve Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Democrats serve quinoa. Forget your political affiliation. Just figure out what you'd rather have.
Let me ask you.
You're
having a long day.
I've had the worst Monday ever.
You're busy. She's in there doing the good for homeless veterans, things like that. You're hungry. You go to sit down. To your left is a delicious Chick-fil-A sandwich and some of those waffle fries. To the right is that, scrumptious bowl of quinoa. Where you headed?
I'm headed.
Cluck, cluck.
The Rizzo and Jeff Show. One loves Frasier, and the other's still into wrestling. Who's who? Find out more interesting tidbits about them every morning.
I wanted to build a perfect dinner.
Yeah. Did you?
I did. In honor of, the mayor and some of the information we found out. But you know what? I actually think this is a little more important, and it has to do with a perfect dinner. Okay? Pork, ham, good dinner, right?
Yeah.
Bam, solves that problem. Now let's move on to the issue. Let's not give pork organs to people and then wonder why they died.
Yeah.
This is the second person. First they gave a guy a pig heart. He died within like a week. All right. And then they give this woman a pig kidney And then she's back on dialysis because they had to remove it. Are we of the belief yet that the pig is not the way to go? Why are we doing this?
Look, the story's up 1059themountain.com. You can check it out there, right on the Rizzo and Jeff page. 47 days, this woman, she gets a pig kidney transplant, okay? And to the surprise of so many, and I don't understand why, she's back on dialysis because surgeons had to remove the gradually failing organ, they say, after 47 days. You're kidding me, right?
Well, think about what a pig eats.
Right. So it's, hearts and kidneys and stuff coming from pig. They're attempting this. I don't want to be, and I get it, and it's kind of like, you'll do anything to survive type of thing. But at some point, if you're throwing animals in me, I got to tell you, it just life.
Want to take the old dirt?
Listen, it just is not meant to be. What is next? And if you're going to throw an organ in me, give me something.
That's a little more clean than a hog.
Give me a big thoroughbred horse heart, right? You see what I'm saying?
Well, you don't. Do you know how big a horse heart is?
I don't know. Okay, make it a pony. Whatever it may be.
You need a little mini pony.
Give me a pony heart. I need something here that's going to really help out.
So let me ask you something then. And again, 828-241-1059. You can text us, call us, Facebook us if you feel like it. What animal would you take a transplant from? They're saying... And again, you're right. A pig is a dirty, dirty animal. Right. And again, this woman, she was on dialysis. She was dying, and because she couldn't make it up to transplant list, they said, "How about a pig kidney?" And she said, "Well, howdy."
Yeah.
She went and got herself a pig kidney, and Lisa Paisano, she had a genetically edited pig kidney. And for the second time, it has failed. So my question is, the first patient to receive it was a guy named Rick Slayman.
Yeah.
He died.
Slayman didn't make it.
Slayman died 7 weeks after his transplant.
Well,
doctors said there was no indication he died.
He died from the pig transplant.
Of the pig transplant.
So he just natural causes. Right?
He died of natural causes after getting a completely healthy pig transplant. Now the guy's heart was failing and kidneys were failing.
Here's their concept behind this and why they use pigs a lot. Because pigs have a long life expectancy. So
no, they don't.
Yes, they did. They said like 30 years pigs can roll for. Yeah.
If you don't eat them.
Oh, right. Generally, we don't know that, because, they get eaten.
The life of a pig is
like 30 years. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that was the concept with the organs and stuff. But as we're beginning to see with these stories and people are trying them out, it's just not the case. And they said that a sheep heart as well, is very similar to the size and shape of a human heart.
Can we cut out with okay, so let me just give you a couple of quick examples. The University of Maryland transplanted pig hearts to two men. Okay, they both died within months.
Didn't make it.
Okay, what they said was we were encouraged because we took pig organs and put them into brain-dead bodies. Mm-hmm. All right, here's the thing. They're not around.
Right.
Okay? You can't just put them in there and say, wow, this looks like it's going to work.
All things just work together here, right? We're not switching out a fuse. Okay.
Right. Okay, right. These animals are meant to, digest, slop.
They eat slop. And there are some pigs that eat humans.
Right. And as a matter of fact, they're feral. Yeah. And some pig livers end up in a meat from up north called Scrabble. So realistically, I just think they need to stop this idea. Everybody's dying. Everybody that you give this heart to is dying.
So going in for this that you got 47 days to go or whatnot. You know what I mean? Just make the best of it. All right. What do you want to do?
Okay, so how long? You could live forever on dialysis. You just have to keep going.
Yeah. Sounds like a blast.
Just keep going.
Well, it's fun.
Yeah. Just keep going to dialysis.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
Hey, we got great news. The Rizzo and Jeff Show knows that you pay, and you pay, and you pay. Netflix, Amazon, you name it. And there's a subscription fee for it. So they wanted to remind you that the Rizzo and Jeff Show is and always will be free. Anywhere and everywhere, just like 105.9 The Mountain. Tell your friends, we're anti-fees.
I always imagine myself playing a little banjo right around here. Bird dogging it right there on the porch. Rizzo and Jeff, 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's Classic Rock.
Okay.
Any response?
Is that how you? That's what you want your life to be? I'm sure your neighbors will love that. You with a banjo bird dogging. Is that what you called it? Okay. Got it.
All right, anyway, we got the JNN coming your way. What's up on the JNN? You said something about OJ?
Yeah, you could own a little part of OJ. I'll tell you.
Are they giving his kidneys away?
I'll tell you what that is. Okay.
All right.
I don't know if anybody wants any of his DNA in them. A lot of things have been happening on airplanes in the last couple of months.
Yes.
This is a special one. We're going to talk about what a flight attendant tried to smuggle onto the plane and where. We'll talk about that. And there's a guy that he's a serial Pringles thief.
Oh,
he loves Pringles. He was finally caught, this 40-year-old guy, and I'm going to tell you what he told the cops, the reasoning behind why he keeps nabbing Pringles.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Well, let's get to it. The JNN brought to you by good friends at Train Heating and Cooling Systems. They are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you because we run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. That's traininfo.com because it's hard to stop a train.
It's time for the... Wait, no, it's not really. I mean, who would?
Can you put the news back on?
The JNN.
This is the news.
The Jeff News Network. A wealth of useful and mostly useless information.
If you got a cool $2,400 and you might need a little bit more than that because the bidding is going up, there's 3 days left for you to own the Florida driver's license of one Orenthal James Simpson. His first OJ's Florida State driver's license. It was issued August 15th, 2007, expired on the 9th of 2011. I think this was before he was sentenced to the 33 years for that burglary thing, and he only did like 9.
Here's the thing. That was 08. So this was 07, and then it expired while he was in jail, so they probably terminated the license.
Yeah, well, they let you know that it does have a little scuffing on it, but it does have his debonair smile. He's smiling away in this. Okay, so for a cool, maybe 25, 26 hunch, you can jump in on this. 3 days, 12 hours, and 46 minutes remaining. For you to go and make your bid. Okay, so
where can you make your bid?
Golden, it's at golden.co, GOLDIN.co. You can go and make that bid and get yourself a little some OJ. I got to tell you.
You know what's funny? After being pulled over today, it makes me think about this. What if I bought it?
That's what you had. He looks like, by the way.
And I handed him.
In the photo.
An O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. Just keep it in the back there.
Yeah, just keep
it. It's like in your wallet. He looks like he has a huge black and blue mark on his forehead. Like literally, like somebody hit him with a baseball bat. That's what it looks like.
He was getting in a rouse at that time. Yeah. He wasn't quite ready to calm down yet.
Yeah.
He was getting a little ornery.
Mm-hmm.
You imagine though, just we're sitting in a car and I pull out a thing and it says Orenthal James Simpson. What was his date of birth? Like in the 40s?
Yeah, like 47 or something. Yeah. He'll say, "This doesn't look like you, sir." It doesn't.
Hey,
why not?
Why?
You tell me why, huh?
It's time for the JNN, the Jeff News Network, with all the news, important information, and local things that you want to know. It won't be here, but hey, they try, so here's the JNN on 105.9 The Mountain now.
So, an airline attendant was arrested for smuggling close to 1 kilogram, and I don't know how much that would be.
2.2 pounds is a kilo.
A kilo of gold. Okay, but here's the deal. All right, that's just not it. Now, mind you,
gold. That's a thick, hefty amount of gold.
Mind you, that they were off of a tip is the reason why they searched her person. And when I talk about searching her person, it's because she put it in her rectum. And it was, I guess it was,
2.2 pounds of gold?
Yeah. She really, I guess they had it.
It's a precious metal.
In compound form, concealed right in there, the way she went. Now I ask you this. You're a flight attendant. You're working the job, right, as you're getting onto the plane to do this. You just go up and down the aisle with it back there the whole time? Or how does this play out?
When you're serving soda?
Do you go in?
What if you accidentally pass gas?
I'm assuming that I would think that maybe she went into the restroom and took it out or whatever, but it was in there enough time that they were able to search her person, and get it out of there. So I guess you can't bring gold on, certain amounts. I'm assuming.
You said in compound form, so it's not like if it was like then little pellets would pop out. It would actually be like the actual form of gold, the powder. Am I correct?
Yeah, I would guess so. So
it'd be like gold dust.
Any way you slice it or dice it, pal. It was there. They went up. They found it.
Found it.
Yeah. Can you just tell them no? You can't go back there.
I guess you can say you can't go back there, but then again, and then it's 2.2 pounds. Like, that must have taken a lot of effort. Like, think about the effort that must have taken. I mean, if you listen, I want you to find something that's 2.2 pounds. Like, okay, go to the Dick's Sporting Goods or something, right off Tunnel Road, and those tiny little old lady weights.
Mm-hmm.
They're 2.5 pounds.
Yeah.
Try to
you put a Jane Fonda weight up there, and that's what it is?
Yeah.
What's that back there? It's a Fonda.
The most trusted source for useless information.
Fonda.
I need to know your source.
The JNN Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
All right, so you hear of people stealing things all the time. You think that, you're going to go for the gold, like we said, or a car, different things. But to be a serial Pringles thief, that's what 40-year-old Adam Spencer was. And Adam was arrested. He was finally caught on camera. And, he pilfered 17 tubes of Pringles.
He was a prolific pilferer of Pringles.
Yeah. Now, mind you, I guess they said this is over $382 worth of goods. So I don't know if it was just the Pringles, but that's 17 cans to get out with it. And eventually get caught. They got him a second time. And they asked him, Adam, 40-year-old, you're a young man. We get you're hungry, but 17 cans of Pringles. And then Adam goes, well, officers, once you pop, you can't stop. That's the longtime slogan, okay, for Pringles.
Oh, I'm sorry. You mean he said, once you pop, you can't stop. That's what he said.
That's pretty good, huh?
Right?
Pretty witty.
Once you pop, you can't stop. I like it, but it should be once you pop, you just can't stop. I don't like the you. I need it. Once you pop, you just can't stop. Pop, pop. I think I need 2 more pops in there.
Do you? Okay.
So you should have said once you stop, you just can't, or once you pop, you just can't stop. Pop, pop. That, and he really said it. That is in the police report. That is no lie.
Yeah. Wonder what's in your police report from this morning.
Bald guy and guy with gray hair and a broken hip.
Yeah.
From Asheville to, that's pretty much all they can handle right now. It's time for the least trusted news network in town. But they are new. The Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
Also, just a quick little add to your JNN, if you don't mind. They asked the average American what their favorite way to eat an egg is. And a woman, 45% say scrambled, followed by poached, hard-boiled, soft-boiled, fried, baked, other, don't know, and I don't eat eggs.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the update on the incredible edible egg. Thanks.
This is just a friendly reminder that your favorite local radio station, 105.9 The Mountain, the Rizzo and Jeff Show and podcast are always going to be free and available to you any place podcasts are found with no extra or hidden fees. We pay enough for them. It's our gift to you. Laughter and great music in the car right here on 105.9 The Mountain.
Listen, it's summertime, and it was a beautiful weekend. And one of the worst things that can happen to you is, you being in pain all the time. And that's why Jeff and I are serious. When we talk to you, we visited about our friends at QC Kinetics as the nation's leader using orthobiologics to deal with pain. And what is that? That's using your own body cells to kind of regrow, regenerate, your hip or your knee or your back or your shoulder. And, that's kind of like the cutting edge of treatment, Jeff. And that's kind of the way that you want to start off your summer. You don't want to be living a life in pain. You want to be doing stuff with your family, with your friends.
Look, we got pulled over today. What if I decided I wanted to split? Okay.
You couldn't have ran away from the cops.
I'm not going anywhere. No, not with the hip. And look, and all joking aside, we know that sometimes it can be difficult, and when you're watching everybody else have fun, like I see people hiking and doing different things, I go, man, some days I wish that could be me. But you know what? With QC Kinetics, no surgery, no drugs, no downtime, and they're under the supervision, the leadership, as they say, from former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Scheinkaub. He is a pioneer in this field, all right?
Yeah, absolutely. Regenerative medicine and all of their advanced protocols have helped people reclaim their mobility. So stop putting it off. What's a half hour?
Nothing.
Right? Take some action. Sit down. Talk to Jordan and the team. Live your best life. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation at 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517, or Google QC Kinetics Asheville and see what they can do to change. It's the Rizzo and Jeff show. Jeff, I felt like a scared little pup. We have a routine. It's very, very, listen, if you wanted to kill us, it would be easy.
Oh, yeah, sure. You could just set up snipers every morning for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, like you just know where we'll be at what time. So we get in here a little bit before 4. We talk through the show. We get through things. I do some things. Jeff does some things. We put the show together. I cut some audio. He puts up blogs. Then right around 5:20, and this was my fatal mistake, around 5:20, we usually go to Dunkin' Donuts. Now, Jeff said to me it's 5:30. If we're going to go to Dunkin' Donuts, we should do it now. I said, okay, I just want to finish cutting this Mr. Rogers audio. And we didn't get to much of it today because we were busy and we had the mayor on. But, suffice it to say we were about 9-10 minutes late. And 9 or 10 minutes can make a whole world of difference in your life. So we pulled up to the Dunkin'. Obviously, it was very busy. 2 cars ahead of us was, I guess, either a sheriff's officer or whatever, and so we didn't think anything of it. We've been in front of them, behind them many times. So we pull out of the Dunkin' Donuts, and we're like, okay, that'll give us time to get back, kind of just decompress, go over the final, this is what we're doing, get ready for the show. So I'm looking in my rear view mirror, and I see these lights just coming. And I said, they can't be coming after us, right? And you're like, nah. And I was like, that's what I thought. So I just was like driving for a second. And then I'm like, I really think they're coming after us. And they were. So I pulled over. And I guess he had me pull over into, you said it's a barber shop on Leicester Highway?
Yeah. It's gas station converted into a barber shop. Always busy, by the way.
It is always busy. Yeah. Thank God not at that time. This is around like 5:47 or so, give or take, so like we were really close for time here. Like we had to get back. And I said, sir, I have to be at work, at 6 o'clock. And I think he interpreted that as like, oh, well, who cares? You're going to wait. But, a lot of people don't understand. If no one's here, then the thing just goes crazy. So, I give him my, I go, of course, the one day that I do not, because I remember saying, Jeff, let me grab my wallet. And then I said, you know what? Forget about it. I'm going to go and order on the app today because it's, what was it, 100 points or something today?
Yeah,
what was the big deal?
Yeah, 100 points.
100 points. So I said, I'll order on the app, no big deal. So, of course, I don't have my wallet on me, right? I don't have any form of identification. I don't have nothing like that. So I give him my name, give him my date of birth. It is what it is. He pulls it up. He says, you surrendered your license in the state of Missouri. I said, When did I do that?
Right.
Like 2010?
Right.
Like when
Right.
what are you talking about? Right?
Right.
And then I said, no, this is my license. This is the state it's in, blah, 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 blah. So then he came back literally 20 minutes late. I mean, this was at like 6:15 in the morning. And in the process of that, he showed up. Then another car showed up. Then another car showed up. So we have 3 deputies there, or at least 3 cars there, and it looks like we are drug mules.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it really did.
It did.
Yeah, then there was one that was just standing by the window, and I turned to him and I said, "Well, good morning," and he's like, "Yeah." And it's like, where am I going to go? Do I look intimidating? I don't even look close to intimidating.
That was the thing. Yeah. I feel like that they were just as suspicious of you,
right,
as they were of me.
Yeah.
2 guys in a Nissan Juke.
Yeah, which it wasn't getting up to the speeds that they said. We know that.
And the crazy part is that this is obviously not my car. For those of you who listen to the show, you know that my car died, on the 17th of May, and I've been using my backup car / baby hands' car. It's a Nissan Juke is, what would you say? That would be the Ford Festiva of Nissan?
Right. It's not moving very fast, even if you try.
It's a grocery getter.
Right.
It's something for grandma.
Right.
It's really, it's a great car. It's good old reliable, but it just doesn't go above 55. It's a Sammy Hagar. I don't drive 55.
Right,
That's about it. So it says I pulled you over going 58 and a 45. I was like, that can't be possible. Like we made the right.
In like a quarter mile, you're not getting up that fast. So.
Like it's from 0 to, and if you look at the specs of the car, from like 0 to 60 brand new, it takes like 48 seconds.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's no way.
Yeah.
Okay, that it was going this fast. And then I felt so scared because then I was like, wait a minute, all these police are here. I'm thinking, oh my God, am I going to get arrested? But then it's like, well, wait a minute, I have a license.
Yeah.
I think he called the other cops because when he first pulled my name, he said I surrendered my license in Missouri. And I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you got a date with the judge, and we're going to make it happen.
Well, see, this is the whole reason I want to talk about this. So I have to go to court on a Thursday, the 8th of August at 8:30 in the morning in Asheville. And I have no other options. It's either I go to court or I have to pay and plead guilty and then take the points on this. So I'm going to court.
Oh, we'll be there.
But my question is, what do we do for the program?
We'll have to figure that out.
Do we broadcast live from the courthouse?
We have most of the summer to figure out the intricacies of how we could make this work, and I think we will.
Do you think maybe we could? Can I send a proxy?
Yeah. No, you probably can't proxy this. No.
I was going to think, because I was thinking if we send a work proxy,
right?
We could Springlemeyer. You know what I'm saying? We could do something like that. Send somebody from 8 to 8 News Now. Maybe send Coach.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's send the coach in. That'll work. We'll do that. Good call.
Right. Coach, we got to come here, Coach.
Yeah.
From deep in the middle of the mountains to downtown Asheville and everywhere in between, the Rizzo and Jeff Show is there for you. Just don't ask us to borrow money, please. The Rizzo and Jeff Show on 105.
To the phones we go. 105.9 The Mountain. Good morning. What do you think?
Hey, bud, let me give you some advice on this ticket right quick.
All right, go ahead. What do you got?
Man, you'll get a letter in the mail from Sleuth Law. They're right there on Lester Highway. They'll go to court. You won't even have to go. They'll get it knocked down to improper equipment.
Okay.
And you're done, man. You pay a little bitty price to the lawyer. You don't even have to show up, and he gets it wiped out for you.
So my question is, though, I'm concerned because first they said that I was going are you familiar with a Nissan Juke? Do you know what it is?
Oh yeah, man. I'm a mechanic. I work down at New Bridge Tire, New Bridge Alignment. I'm the head mechanic down here.
Okay, so I mean, let's be real. A 2011 Nissan Juke can go from 0 to 60 in about 7 minutes. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then to say that I was doing 60 in a quarter of a mile, it was crazy. But then 3 cops showed up, and then they were giving me and Jeff the stink eye. We were getting stinky-eyed.
Oh, yeah. But until they figure out who you are nowadays, they're going to do that. You should have just went ahead and say, hey, man, it's Rizzo and Jeff from 105.9 The Mountain.
Well, I hate to do that because I don't like to like make it seem like I'm being arrogant. But what I did say was,
oh no, but whenever they give you the stink eye like that, you got to come up with something quick.
Well, so what I said was, we have a radio show to get to. It starts at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't mean to be rude. Is there any way you could follow me to the station and I will give you my identification? That was my way of trying to like say who we were without being that, coming across arrogant, and he was not having it.
Didn't buy that one.
Didn't buy that one. Then all the other cops started coming. And then I had the mayor on this morning, and, I'm thinking, do we need 3 cops at the one thing,
But she wasn't going to bite on that combo.
I don't think she was going to bite on it,
No, she won't. No, she won't get into nothing like that.
So what do I got to do? I got to call who?
Sluter Law.
And they'll, how much? Because
Curtis Sluter and Associates.
So they'll show up for me. This is a actually it's a $30 ticket with $200 in costs. So will he get it knocked down?
For you. Yeah, they'll show up for you, get it knocked down to improper moves. See, my boy got one on Lester Highway, and then he got another one over here on Merriman Avenue coming home from work. And I said, call Sluter, let him take care of you.
And how much is Sluty?
I don't know what they cost him, but it's less than what you're doing there, man.
Okay, all right. I'll tell you what. That is a sound advice, and thank you. And listen. I am going to putt down that road from here on out.
Hey, plug New Bridge alignment, New Bridge tire for me then.
It's going to air on the radio. How about that?
All right, thank you, bro.
All right, take it easy.
Right.
Come on, Weaverville. It's time to rock out with the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Nobody? Candler? Black Mountain? Anka? Woodfin?
Bueller?
Anyone? Well, they're new, so here's to rocking out on 105.9.
The show's been all crazy today. It's Rizzo and Jeff 105.9 The Mountain because of everything that's happened. So we're kind of all out of order and flummoxed. So instead of things that didn't make the show, we'll go things that Johnny has to say. What do you think, John?
I like it. All
right, Johnny, what do you got, brother?
All right, man, here's the deal. You don't have to have an attorney to go get something reduced or dropped down. You just show up over yonder, and you go up to the DA or assistant district attorney before your time is allotted. They're up at a table, and you just say, hey, this is me, this is it, this is a deal. I, apologize, and could you reduce it? They'll reduce it down right there on the spot. No problem, no question asked. They don't want to go through all that rigmarole. And the other thing is I suggest is if you got to go, Johnny will step in and take your spot.
Oh, wow. Well, here's my thing. It's at 8:30 in the morning.
I don't care what time it is. I'll take it any time, okay?
Well, okay. I mean, what I need you to convey is that a Nissan Juke can't go 60 miles an hour, and that three cars was a lot. It scared me and Jeff. We're timid.
Well, see, man, it's early in the morning, okay? And unfortunately, they ain't got a whole lot going on except because all the thugs and people like that over yonder are still in the bed. They ain't going to get up that early. They sleep till 10, 11, 12, 4 o'clock in the evening. Then they decide to get up, and then they go do their stuff in the evening. Okay, man?
That's true. Yep. Yeah. So the early risers are punished.
That's exactly right. So they're going to be looking for you now from now on, okay? You might want to go trade cars, okay?
You know what? They're looking for the Juke. Yeah, I'm looking for that.
Yeah. That vicious Juke.
That scary Juke.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man, I appreciate it. We got to get going here. It's time for us to hand it off to Jess here, but thanks for the advice, my friend.
You might want to get you a liquor sickle, okay?
All right, buddy.
All right, buddy, man. Well, you have a good day, all right?
We'll talk to you in the morning, boys.
See you, buddy. All right, a liquor sickle. Yeah, that'll help.
That'll help the cause. Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of which, here's a little Eric Clapton, cocaine. Maybe a cocaine sickle, too.
Yeah, I had that on your person. That would really help things. Yeah.